Hello, this is Mitchell Joseph. Welcome to Trading the Markets Weekend Edition. Just wanted to share my little watch list and my little process for you guys to get ready for this week. So let's get into it without further ado. Share my screen. All right. So first stock up is Carvana. Let's see. All right, so we're looking at Carvana. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. Yeah, so we're looking at Carvana on the weekly. I was able to make 180% off these, about roughly about $850 off this last trade, 0 day DT on Carvana. And so I want to prepare us for this week to see if we can continue. And it's not my first time making good money off this stock. Probably I'll say since the beginning of this month. So you'll notice right here the double bottom. Let me annotate so you guys can notice. This is a strong reversal pattern right here. This double bottoms, but what I want you to realize is that this stock has fallen from a really huge price. Like it was $370 back in 2002, and then you see it fell all the way to $20 in 2022, and then it fell down to about $4, where it has been double bottoming until I move this. So you can see that right there. Let me just redo it. So you can see we're finally making some uptrend, especially after this downtrend right here. You could say it broke out right here. See, it broke out right here. That's where it broke out. And then we retested it, and now we're on this double bottom right here that you can see that we are starting to retest. And if you know anything about this W-shaped double bottom right here, once we break the midline, which we did, and then we come back retest, we have an opportunity to shoot up. If you guys know anything about that. But just to continue on, got my drawings. So if we go to the daily, you can probably see it even clearer. Let's see daily. So and then let me show you my lines. So these are my thoughts. So this is the daily chart. So this is the double bottom that I was talking about earlier. We came up, and now we're holding above this line. This 1025 level is very, very key and very important. As you can see, it's previous resistance was support. And this is how you know your key levels based off these touches of resistance and support. You see the floor becoming the ceiling, becoming the floor again. So now we're at a level where we have an opportunity where price can bounce off. Like, so come tomorrow, maybe this will come down, bounce, right? And then from this line, we could shoot up. That's one possibility. But we have to be prepared for both sides, because on the other side, what other thing that could happen is that we bounce and come underneath, we break the floor and let it become the ceiling again just to push us down. So we're considering both possibilities. But if I had to lean a little bit towards one side, I would say towards the upside. But either way, let's be ready for both. Just because this right here is a perfect break above this level and a retest that's holding this orange line level that could lead to that push up. So that's how I'm looking at that right there. We'll see how it plays out tomorrow. But how do I get ready? What do I play? Let me show you. And then also from the weekly perspective, I also want you to be aware of there's higher targets right here at 16 if we do break above, and 20. So these could be potentially for the end of the year options, put some time on them. But I'll show you guys all what I do in my process. So let's get ready for Monday with Carvana. So if we go to Robinhood, we go to Carvana, and what's cool is that Robinhood has a feature where you can put it on your watch list and you can start watching. So look, right here, you go to Carvana, go to trade options, and then we're gonna play this week's options. So here's at the money line. So calls, let's put the $11 call in case we do go up. I add that to the watch list. So now when I view my watch list, I can see on Robinhood, my watch list and where things have been in the past. So we can see a month ago, this was at $27. It exploded all the way to $328, came down to 99, and now we're down to around 58, and now we're cruising. So this is a relatively low level in which the premiums are at, but with only a couple of days expiration, we potentially may try to bounce back in this range. So that's how we're playing it. And then on the downside, we'll play the puts. That the money puts will be the 10.5 puts, which are at the money about the same price. So I'm gonna add that to my watch list as well. So this way, I don't even buy them yet. And what I do is I wait for them to come down to a certain price. So same thing, let's look at this one all month. We see it was 300, and we see these have been falling and falling and falling. The low's 35, now we had 67. So I would want to see if we can get closer to 40 before I buy them again. That's like a rule of thumb. And then going back to the call, as a price point, I could see, do we get closer back to 52? That would be a goal for me to buy as far as price targets. All right, so then you can go out also for the further out targets if you go further out in time. So instead of May 26th, let's go August 18th. So that's 3 months out. So 3 months out now, I can target out the money, and I can target the $20 call, for example, and I'll just add that to my watch list. If things actually really get going, and I can watch them. And if I really were to look at leaps, I can really see, I can really go out in high hopes of maybe something happening, maybe. But just looking at these right here, or even these 27s, because I don't want to go too far out the money, but I'll add those to my watch list. And then even these I'll add to my watch list. So now I have all these that I can watch without actually being in the play. And when they raise to different levels, I can actually put alerts when they dropped for them to actually alert me, and I can buy them then. So that's CVNA, that's the first place. So I want to share probably two more at least with you guys. So yeah, this is the daily. This is what I was talking about. 4 hour. We can really see which way this is actually going to go. We'll let it play out. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Besides that, another one I really am watching is silver. I'll also watch gold at the same time, but so the inverse to dollar to the gold and silver will be the dollar. So depending on what the dollar does, the gold and silver tends to do the opposite. Not always, but a lot of times. So right now, on the daily, we see that the dollar had been going up and the silver has been going down, but last couple of days, we see that the dollar has been coming down. Let me go to the closer time frame. Oh, never mind. This is on the 4 hour time frame. So we see that the dollar, has been coming down, but overall, it broke out from this level, retested, shot up, and now it's still holding above this purple line level, which is kind of opposite with if you look at the purple line being the top versus the purple line being the bottom here. So you see the opposite relationship in the short term where it peaked and now it's silver is going up, but overall we're still in the downtrend. And I feel like if we stay below these levels and can't get above, we can definitely see more downside on silver. And assuming we hold up above here and we rally up, then that will support it. So you can buy. So now, how do you prepare for that? Again, I'm just using Robinhood. You can do this on Thinkorswim, whatever platform you're at. And basically, type in, add it to your watch list. So now silver. So I'm going to just focus on the weeklies for this one. and I'm gonna put a call and a put on my watch list. So for the call, I go near the price 21.85. So this is the at the money call, 25 bucks. Add it to my watch list. I'm watching that, and then I can put my alerts, when I view it and such. It's so now it's right there on my list. As you guys can see, this is it. So now it's on my watch list, and I can see, this has been all over the place, but I see the calls definitely have been slammed. May 4th, there were 200. Now there were 17, May 19th, and now they're about 25. So 17 could be a goal, but 25 is still a pretty low price that I wouldn't be too upset to buy it at. I just want to see if it starts going my way or not, because maybe I could get a discount. So that's the calls. And then on the other side, let's look at the puts. The puts make money when it goes down. Calls make money when it goes up. So we look at the put closest to this price, 21.50. Or I could do the $22 put just to be in the money. And that's the one I'll choose. Add to my watch list. Same principle. Let's look and see what the prices have been. It's all about the numbers, people. So now when I go to silver 22 put, I can see, the low of the day was 29, the high of the day was 52. Pretty impressive. Going off a month, we see the low was 11, and then from there shot up to 45, came down to 35, and 43, and then we see 30. So if I can get this at $30, that probably would be a target price. $29, $30, that would be a good target price based off the low of Friday. That would be so. This is how you set yourself up to win. All right, so that's silver. So on the charts, if I just focus on just silver by itself, show you guys the relationship. And this is one I've been playing a lot. So we see silver came down here. Now we're bouncing off the 200. So the 200 obviously would be acting as some sort of support. But like I said, we're still in a downtrend ever since we broke out of here. It's been a free fall, and there still is a lot of meat on the bone if we want to continue to fall. If we want to bounce, I want to see us clear some of these highs before I believe it. Preferably this one ultimately. I'll make this one blue. Preferably that one for the upside before I really believe it, because there's still so much downside to overcome. And then I also want to go over financials, which is looking really good. So as you can see, we broke out of XLF, this financial sector. We broke out of this channel. And a lot of times when you see a descending channel, it's really the opposite, which is the buyers that are in control. So they broke out of here. And now we have potential, because of all this that we ate, that we can first try to take out these highs. And if we do, we have all this meat on the bone to get back to where we were previously. Just so you guys can see a big picture, because the banks have been falling. So now how do we play this? So this is the 4-hour chart. This is the daily, so you can see what happened on the day. So on Friday, and we see that there's a gap to fill right here. So this would be my target. So I like this for calls. For puts, we could also retest this level. So again, XLF. This is how you guys prep before it's go time, because now you'll know what to do when things happen in a certain way. You don't need to know what's going to happen next. You just got to know how to react. So XLF. So now I'm going to go in the money, because these are not as liquid. So get these right here. Add these to my list. Not bad, right? For $35. But now when I go to watch this, I see what price do I really want to get it for. XLF 32.5 call. We see on the day it was 58. The lows was 35, 34. The monthly low is 12. So the monthly low is crazy. And that was last time that hit was May 16th. And then low before that was 26. So maybe 26 would be a more reasonable target to see if I can get filled at those prices. So that's for the XLF call, like best case scenario. but it all depends on the movement. And then for the put, we just go the other way. So put, make money if it goes down. If it goes down, I want to lock in this price. This one out the money will do for me. At the money, basically. And there's XLF put. And we could see at one point this was $14, went up to 33. Now it's at 27. The last low was 14. So if we can get that $14 or under or 20 or below, that would be a great discount price. So it's on the list. So and then I want you guys to also realize, since XLF is the financial sector, the stock that I love to play from there is usually Wells Fargo, which is one of the banks in the bank sector itself. And you know, the charts are very similar. This one has a double inside day, so I feel like a huge move is coming up on Wells Fargo, probably to the upside, but again, we gotta prepare for both case scenarios. Again, double bottom as well. So now Wells Fargo, and I've been really playing this a lot, especially since their earnings had made over 200%. Let's see. So now Wells Fargo, let's see, $40 call, $70. Phillips liquid, so I had this small watch list. Let's see, where has this been? $40 call on Wells Fargo. For the month, we see the lows at 13, 34, 13, 23. So now we have 70. So now even 50. So 50s would be a great 50. If we can get at 50s a discount, that would be a great price to potentially be still at the considered at the lows. So we're watching that, and then you already know the other way. We have to always consider both sides. Put, and we do the $40 put, or I could go one out the money and do the $39.5 put. Add this on watch list. Since I believe it's a little bit less likely, I'll go a little bit out the money. And then same thing, look at where it's been at. For the monthly chart, you see that it started up at 38 and went to 180, max out 230, hit 137, last high was 61, hit 30. So 30 is the goal of a price for me to get these at in the 30s. Basically get everything at a discount, negotiate with the market always. So that's Wells Fargo, and last but not least, the VIX. So I love playing the VIX through via UVXY. And you notice this is one that's always going down, but we've been going down for a while. I think we're due for a pop, but we can also keep going down further before that happens. So same scenario, watch both the upside and the downside. Leaving this range is fine. So 3.5 calls and 3.5 puts would work. So UVXY, I might even already have this UVXY. So those are 3 stocks that I'm watching that I love to play a lot. And I want to see how they move this week, and I'll be ready when it's go time. So this is the VIX itself, so it's very volatile. And because of that, it pays really well when you're right. So this is with the 3.5 call. Yeah, I'll do this one. It's really cheap, isn't it? Yeah. 3.5 call. This is it, right? Yeah, this is it. 3.5 call. It's only going for $11, so it's really cheap right now. Maybe I'll even get a $3 call just to be even. No, I'll just watch 3.5s because I know out the money will move a little bit more, especially at the right time. And then the other one is okay. And if he's moving about, let me add both of them. I add this and the money as well, because it might give me more leeway. And then for the puts, Let's do 3.5 puts. And there you have it. That is my watch list. Get ready for the week. Peace out, y'all. And tap in the class on Monday at 8, where we'll go over risk management, and Wednesday for the pay classes. If you're interested, please join my coffee. Check the link below. Have a good night.